In the Pits is partnered with 71 Designs, owned and operated by veteran Wade Martin, and partnered with fellow Texas brand Compete. 71 Designs can take your ideas for soft goods, merchandise, and casual wear and make them a reality. Message 71 Designs on Facebook or Instagram to get started today. In the Pits is partnered with Podrunners Union. Follow Podrunners Union on Instagram to find strength in union and celebrate our sports pit crew. Send in photos to represent your union local and be featured. Stealing pods for undeserving teams. It's a living. In the Pits is partnered with YI Paintball. Paintball, there's nothing like it. On the field or off, it's not just a sport, it's a community. The people, our people, come from all over with vastly different lives during the week. But come time for paintball, we're one community with a lot of stories about why. Follow YI Paintball on Instagram and meet the members of the paintball community. Learn about how they started, what their journey has been, and their ultimate why. Why paintball? What's your why? In the Pits is partnered with Hydra. Designed by players for players, you can outfit yourself in Hydra gear from head to toe. Have confidence that when you make a purchase from Hydra, you are purchasing a well-tested and well-thought-out product, trusted by several top teams, including first-place semi-pro team PaintballFit.com. I personally recommend their Hydra Black knee pads. Purchases over $100 receive free shipping. Head to hydra.fit to browse their selection and discover the Hydra mentality. In the Pits is partnered with XTPL Events. The Extreme Tournament Paintball League is a series put on by the Lukow family of Paintball Fit fame that gives the opportunity for players to learn and grow together as a team. 3-man, Challengers and Champions X-Ball, Draft Mech X-Ball, and even Youth 3v3. There's something for everyone at XTPL. Not to mention prize tosses, raffles, and the infamous paintball munching contest. Events happen throughout the year, and the prizes never disappoint. Sign up for an XTPL event today on PB Leagues. In the Pits is partnered with BEM Wraps. Behind every mask is a unique and creative player. Tap into it when you order your next custom headpiece. Their Build-A-Band lets you communicate with them one-on-one to make your order just the way you want, all the way down to the color of the stitch. Check out their Instagram at BEMWraps for drops and build videos of them working on orders. They offer very competitive pricing, so reach out today to get started on your own one-of-a-kind headpiece. In the Pits is partnered with Mariachi Águilas de Oro. Based in Austin and servicing the surrounding areas, these Golden Eagles will bring life to any event you are having, from birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, corporate events, or even a simple performance to enjoy. Guillermo Padilla, one of their trumpet players, is also a member of the Texas paintball scene. Visit them on Facebook and Instagram to check out some of their past performances, or give them a call to book them for your event today. In the Pits is partnered with Skull Monkeys Paintball. Equip, engage, excel. In the Pits is partnered with Compete. Compete is a Texas-based brand by Jell Stewart of professional team AC Diesel that provides custom jerseys, pants, headbands, straps, tech shirts, and any other soft goods to help individuals and teams compete at the highest level. Support Texas Paintball and message Compete on Facebook or Instagram and mention In the Pits Podcast for 10% off your entire order. In the Pits is partnered with Get Dat Shot. Get Dat Shot now offers first-in-line photo and video editing, 20% off Get Dat Shot merch, and 20% off prints to all teams that wear the Get Dat Shot logo on their jersey. Message GetDat_shot on Facebook or Instagram to become a Get Dat Shot program team. In the Pits is partnered with Paintball Kumite. Paintball Kumite is a program designed by Colt Roberts of professional team San Antonio X Factor to take paintball players of all ages, experience levels, and skill groups and mold them into champions. The program breaks the game down into small, easy-to-learn sessions designed to help you master the fundamentals so that you can elevate your game. Newcomers to the program get a free 1-hour introductory class when mentioning In the Pits. To sign up for a class, message at Paintball Kumite on Instagram. Welcome, everybody, to episode 85 of In the Pits Paintball Podcast. This podcast is focused on everything that has to do with the paintball scene here in Texas, from professional players and teams to new divisional programs, local tournament series, field owners, Texas-based brands, even photographers and videographers. Every week, we'll have a short and sweet episode with a new topic and a new special guest. I'm Christian Dallas Smith. I'm a player for the Texas Titans. In this episode, we're going in the pits with Mark and Michael Brown, twin brothers and players for TKO Texas Knockout, and Michael's a player for the pro team New Orleans Hurricanes. Gentlemen, how are you doing this evening?
Good. Yeah, thanks for having us.
Pretty good. Yep. Thanks for having us.
I am very happy to have you both on. Been had a pretty big involvement in Texas for the last probably 10 plus years at this point now, and for those that have been around long enough, they'll remember the name TOG, which was like one of the top like Division III teams in Texas. I remember there was, I want to say like one event in 2018. It might have been Texas or Philly or something, where like 3 of the top 4 teams in Division III X-Ball that year were like you guys, Phalanx, and FSU or something like that. It was crazy that Texas just dominated D3, and now like a lot of those players like yourself, Michael, are now playing pro. Look where we are.
Logan Dyer.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and several players on that notorious line too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. We used to battle it out with them all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy seeing them out there. Yeah.
Yep, well, it's been cool to see kind of especially like we were talking right before we started the show, the effect that Paintball Fit has had on Texas, and also how Texas has then gone on to have this huge effect on the rest of the country.
Yeah, it's big in Texas for sure. Got a lot of good players coming out of Texas.
Yeah, what Paintball Fit has done is quite incredible. Like I was saying beforehand, when we started with TOG, there was no Paintball Fit.
Mm-hmm.
It was non-existent. We were playing, I think, outside of Cousins, and what JD. I think Cliff was the one that got us involved with JD, and or at least found out about him, and he had told us about that he was starting Paintball Fit, and ever since they've just been blowing up.
For sure, and we'll definitely get into that. So yeah, let's get started. This first question is going to be for both of you, and we'll start with Michael on this one. So, questions brought to us by XTPL Events. So, for those listening that maybe don't know about you, how long have you been involved in the tournament paintball scene?
I would say competitively, I would say 2014 is kind of when we got back into it, and we're serious about playing tournament paintball. Yeah, so but before then we played, I think it was 7th and 8th grade, we played for a little bit tournament paintball, but we were more focused on playing hockey than we were playing paintball, so we took a little break, got back into it.
All right. So what were some teams that you've played for over the years?
TOG and the Hurricanes. I guess I played with Fit for one event, and it didn't really work out the way we wanted it to. But other than that, yeah, it's just TOG and the Hurricanes.
You can't forget about the BA Ballers, dude.
Yeah, I didn't really count that. That's back when we were kind of just playing for fun. But yeah, if you want to count that too.
Incredible that you were just, I mean, you're pro now, and you've only ever really played for 2 teams. There's not very many people that can say that.
Yeah, that's one thing I liked about our culture.
It was our family.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time we were playing, that was it.
For sure. All right, so Mark, same question to you. How long have you been involved in the tournament paintball scene, and what are some teams that you've played for?
Just like Michael was saying, we started back up in 2014, and that was we had already known it, like he was saying, about the paintball thing, and it was already something that we were super infatuated with, and when we started TOG, it was just us two and a buddy of ours from high school, playing with some little kid that we had met at a Fun on the Run, I think, and it was just a startup tournament, and then I think Bragan joined in, Bragan Wooldridge, and we started playing 3-man for TOG, and that was our main squad. It was family. It was TOG. We loved each other. It was that was really our thing. I stopped paintball for a year or two, I think 2018, 2019, around that time, and got back in with the TKO Texas Knockout guys, and they've just been family ever since, really. So those are my two squads right there, TOG and TKO, which is where TKO stemmed from.
Yeah, I was gonna say TKO is pretty much the reincarnation of TOG at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
they rebranded and they're doing a good job for sure.
A bunch of great dudes.
We always gotta have at least one purple team in Texas.
Hey, purple is the best color out there.
For sure. And now I think since Hypnotic has gone away, I think y'all are the only Purple Kings left standing.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
But yeah. So I anticipate this answer is actually going to be pretty similar for both of you. So let's have Mark answer this one if it is the same story here. So this question is brought to us by Skull Monkeys Paintball. So how did you first get into paintball?
First got into paintball. Well, big shout out to Mama Brown for taking us all the time when we were little. We were 13, I think, and we started playing paintball out at I don't know if the first place we played it was DFW Adventure Park, but that's where it really all started, man, and we fell in love. We were both shooting, what was it, Ego 07s back then? Like way back then.
A birthday party. And like a week later, we got our first gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. Spider Electric from Academy. That was my first gun, and just kind of went from there. But that's where we kind of started, was when we were 13, and as we grew older, we kind of fell off, and I think it was 7 years later was when we started back with TOG, when we got into it and got real serious. I don't even think APPA was a thing when we were playing.
When we first started.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
we had
anything to add to that, or?
Yeah, it's pretty much what he said. It all started with a birthday party. We grew up playing hockey. We had some friends on that team that liked to play paintball on the weekends for fun, and they had like a birthday party, and we went out there, played, and like I said, a week later we got a gun, started playing, and then just kind of stuck until
for sure.
Till high school. High school is when we kind of focused more on hockey. Got out of high school, and a couple years later got back into it.
And there's someone here in the chat. Their name is The Void is Vast, and they say 254 in the house.
5'4".
Right. So
I'm sorry, I don't understand that.
I'm not sure. Let's look up. Let's see. Where's 254 area code?
We're if that's an area code, we're more of an 817 area code.
Yeah, they're in the Waco Temple Colleen area.
Hold up. Okay, that's Logan's area. Okay. Logan and Cliff Dyer. Greatest freaking people I know in the paintball scene.
I appreciate you. The Void is Vast coming in. That's a name I haven't seen before. So this question is going to be for either of you or both of y'all. And this one's brought to us by Podrunners Union. So over the long period of time that y'all have been in the game, what are some things that have changed within the Texas scene, either for better or for worse, over that time period?
Yeah, I couldn't say that there is a worse really for Texas. I feel like it's just done nothing but grow since we started, especially when Paintball Fit started up. I mean, it was just one field, but then it grew, and it's just gotten bigger since. I would say there really isn't a worse that I would say, but
Yeah, the only thing I can think of from that question is from playing back in the day when we were using Halo B hoppers, and we came back and they had these Virtue Spires and the die rotors and all that, and it was totally different for us. The gear is what really changed a lot, but as far as like tournament paintball, like I said, you can't get anywhere better than right down the road here at Waxahachie.
100%. Texas has grown a lot, and especially with with what's been happening in Waxahachie. That again, like we've been saying before, just a lot of growth and stability has come out of that, and so yeah. So this looks like we have another couple of people in the chat here. Let's see, Bragan Woolridge saying hashtag the goats here.
Ooh. Yeah.
He's a core TOG member right there.
TOG.
That man is a great paintballer himself.
Well, appreciate him stopping by. Looks like username Cooper Trooper. I'm assuming that's Cooper Harrison. Is in the chat saying hey to Mark.
Hey, Cooper, man. I love watching that kid play, dude. He is something else. Watching him at the Glow Mech was awesome.
He was
you got to check out the Young
man.
Guns for real, because those kids are taking down grown men, and they're quite incredible.
Michael, have you gotten the pleasure to watch any of these TOG Young Guns?
Yeah, I was gonna add that I saw a reel or a video. It was the other day or earlier this week. One of the young guns lost his hopper and one balled a dude that was trying to bunker him.
Kobe, I believe. Kobe
was,
Johnson, I think.
That was nasty.
Name. It was filthy.
And he called him out and everything. He said he told him to get out and everything, ran for the buzzer. That was nice.
Love it.
Kobe's a great baller as well, man. These kids, if they keep playing, they'll be up there with you, Michael, shooting you down.
I'd like to see it. I'd like to see him.
The kiddos came in
there for sure.
Say hello.
Oh yeah, they're definitely not far behind. All right, so this next question is brought to us by Hydra, and we'll have Michael answer this one, or Mark, you can chime in as well. So, for a couple of years there, your old team TOG was one of the best that Texas had to offer. In your opinion, what was it that made TOG that way?
Yeah, it's like we were saying earlier, it's family, man. We stuck together. We stayed loyal. We bonded on and off the field, and I think that's really what got us the success that we had. It wasn't just like a throw together team that we played with every event, and we really didn't have new guys come on. I mean, once in a blue moon, if we needed a player, we had someone join, but it was really just the same, core guys. And I think that's really what, because I mean, I wouldn't say, we were winning because of skill. I would say, our communication and our connection on the field was really what did it for us.
It definitely outweighed.
Yeah. I always told the guys like in the pits, I was like, look, I don't care if you don't even shoot your gun. Just let's talk. Let's connect on the field. And everyone was so good at it because I mean we hung out on and off the field, so it was a true family. And I mean, we still talk to this day, hang out to this day. So it's like even though we've gone our separate ways, like they'll always be family. And I think that's really where we found our success for sure.
Yeah, there will always definitely be a true like love right there.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to hear it, and I think there's like, Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, but several of those players that were on TOG are still with you on TKO today, right?
Yeah, we got Bragan for sure.
Yeah, Bragan. So,
go ahead, Michael.
Yeah. No. I was just gonna say, me, Logan, Mark, Bragan, Cliff was playing. He did play a few events with TKO, I think. But he's kind of stepped away a little bit. But yeah, I think it's just Bragan and Mark.
Well, Bragan would, from the core group, I would say Bragan is the one that's on the team right now, but there is a bunch of TKO guys that stem from TOG as well. Like or like when we started our D5 team, when we were still playing D4 or D3, and there's a lot of guys on that team that are from the beginning as well.
Yeah,
From
yeah,
their,
for sure.
you know, but yeah, Bragan is he's definitely part of the three core, but that's when we started TOG. I don't think TOG really became a family until Cliff and Logan hit us up
100%.
and came into
Yeah.
our lives, and those guys really brought all five of those together. There were some extras there, and I could name them all off, but those five right there, I think that we really we loved each other.
hmm we were like we were so like I wouldn't say like obsessed with just playing with each other, but it was more of like we just loved being on the field with each other to the point where it's like we would rather go to the event with like a skeleton squad than
Those
bring on
five.
new people, mess up the culture.
Yep.
I can definitely appreciate that one. I rather just I'm kind of the same way. Where granted, the Titans have a pretty big roster. Like we have somewhere between 9 and 10 guys, and not everybody can make every event. But I definitely rather just okay, we're playing with 8, playing with 7, instead of trying to fill those shoes last second, because we definitely got we're I'd say we're starting to really feel that gel. You know, as we're entering our 4th year together. It's crazy how long we've been together and how strong like we play together as a result of it.
Yeah, yeah. The more you go, and stick with those same people, the better. I mean, like he was saying, dude.
Not to say, not to say bringing new guys in is wrong, but it's just like when you do have those guys that stick together for so long, it truly does make you it's like it's a better connection on the field, and not just on the field in the pits. Like
there's a huge example. You know that the Fit guys are doing the same thing. You know, they got a lot of those brothers that are playing together. They love to play together, and you know when we'd go, like he was saying, the skeleton squad would show up with 5 people, and it almost does you a little bit of, you got more momentum, you know, like you play every single point, you know what's happening. And I think that is something that we showed a lot more, that we didn't, you know, use as our excuse. Hey, we play with the same people all the time. It's just
yeah.
that was that I think that helped our game a lot too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that also goes along with way back, probably over a year ago now at this point. I had Colt Lukow on for an episode, and one of the pieces of advice that he gave for any of the lower divisional players out there, he said, was to stick with the same team instead of hopping team to team year after year. If you stick with the same team, you're going to greatly speed up how fast you learn and grow as a player.
Absolutely. Because
I agree.
What we've always said, and I think our main rule on TOG was communication is key, and you can't get any better communication from people that you love, that you're on the field with, and you know how they play, and you know how they communicate, and you know how they talk, how they sound. There's nothing better than that. I think that's
100%.
a great way to build your team. Play with the same people.
Yeah, and also if you got twins on the team and they use their twin telepathy, that works too.
It helps you.
Love it. All right, so this question is just from Michael.
It's real.
So, Michael, both of you have pretty much identical APPA histories up until 2021, which is when you made the jump to the New Orleans Hurricanes semi-pro line. So, how did you come to join that team?
So it all started at World Cup. So my wife, her brother Hunter Bodwin, played on TOG. He was the 6th player that we brought in
Also
as part
twins.
of the group. Also, and yeah, they're also twins. He played on the team, and so I met my now wife at World Cup, and we kind of just connected fast, and it got to the point where we decided to, we wanted to move in together, and the decision was to move to Louisiana. And so at that point, I was still driving back and forth to Texas to play with TOG, and then some guys started to fall off. We were kind of going our separate ways, and rather than try to find someone in Texas, I knew about the Hurricanes through they played USXBL. I can't remember what year it was, but they dominated. They played
We played against
USXBL. Yeah, I like to tell them all the time that we beat them, but they killed us every time we played them. So I don't know if I never reached out to them. What had happened was the event I played with Fit was Chicago. I believe it was 2019. It was 2018, 2019, and I was living. It was 2019. I was living in Louisiana, and so my flight back to New Orleans, I was on the plane with a couple of the guys, with Stewart and Drew. I think Matt Hamilton was on the flight, and I started talking to Stu in the baggage claim and kind of just asked him where they play at, if I could practice with them. And that's kind of where it all started. I went out there for one practice. The guys liked me. And, I said I was looking for a team out here to play with. And on my ride home, he called me and said that they were interested. So I kept practicing with them. And that's how we kind of got where we're at now.
So many paintball opportunities just kind of fall into our laps like that, and it's you, especially to go play with a top tier semi-pro team, because I think they were in the battle for like first and second for a while there the previous year, right, with the New England Hurricanes.
Yeah. So when I joined, actually, or when I tried out, they had just made the bump from it was the end of 2019. So World Cup had already passed, and so their next year was going to be semi-pro, and that was 2020 when COVID happened. And I was supposed to play the first event with TOG as my last kind of ending event with TOG, and then move on to play with the Hurricanes the next event, and then COVID happened, and didn't play with them the rest of the year. They went to World Cup. I wasn't able to play that event due to COVID, and so that year was kind of a wash, and I ended up going back and having to kind of try out again. And I played with their D4 squad in an event. I think we got second place, and just moved up from there. But I'll tell you what, it's I was blessed, man, to find a group like them, like these guys. Like they are.
It's like the second
they're
TOG.
a group of guys.
It's the second TOG.
It was. Every
because
one of
when we
them
played them in
genuine
USXBL, such great people, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
Britt Simpson, Stewart,
sure.
Daniel Camp, they're all great people to hang around outside of paintball. So it was just
I think that's it's a big deal too. Like you just, there's no arguing. Everyone gets along. We're family. It's 100% a family. Same way as TFG was. Like I said, I was blessed to find this group and for them to give me the opportunity to play with them. Really.
For sure. And there's actually some questions in the chat for you, Michael. So this one is from WAP73, which I believe that might be your coach. So he's asking, what is the biggest difference between TOG and the Canes?
not playing with his twin brother.
I would say if we're talking about big differences, I don't have a twin playing next to me. But man, I have to say, as far as culture wise goes, and being like family and together, I would say it's one and the same. But you got a lot of guys on the Hurricanes that are like they know the game very well, and they've been playing a lot longer. So I would just say, as far as experience goes, maybe that is a big difference, and knowledge of the game. Yeah, and not having to worry about being a coach and a player for me. So That
Yeah,
would be a good difference
Michael
there.
was our coach. Yeah, he playing and coaching every line. And you were fucking good. Oh, sorry. And you were really good at it, too.
You can swear on here. It's all right.
Really good at it.
I appreciate it. I tried my best, but like I said, that it's a good weight off my shoulders to not have to worry about that.
And kind of while we're on the topic, I'd love to, just for anybody out there that's listening that's looking to learn something here, let's talk more about the culture aspect of the Hurricanes and of TOG, because both teams were very successful. And you were saying they both have like very similar cultures, and I think the two are pretty linked as far as like the culture and their results. So tell us more about what like define that culture.
Yeah, I would just say like it brings me back to being a family, and not being so argumentative or disagreeing all the time, more or less just bouncing ideas off of each other and coming to a solution on how to do better or what's our next step. And I think both teams really did that well. And not only that, like just bringing like something to the table. Everyone brought their own thing to the table, and it was easy to connect. And so I would say, like, as far as bringing someone new on the team, it's like if they don't fit the culture, or if they're like they got an attitude, or they disagree all the time, or they bring up negatives, I would say they wouldn't be a fit for our culture. It's someone who's positive, outgoing, really enjoys being around everybody. Isn't just there to play paintball. Is there to spend time with his family, his away from home family. I would say that would be somewhat of a good way to put our culture.
For sure. Mark, do you have anything to add as far as like the TOG culture?
Yeah, no. I mean, he says it so well. Like, just thinking about it as he's talking. Well, just thinking about it as you're talking, it's bringing back so many memories with all the guys, and there was something that Michael had said when we first started paintball competitively, and it was about a teammate, and I won't say their name or anything because it really wasn't that big of a deal, but it's something that hits me hard, and I think it's something that hits a lot of our TOG players hard, is that if you got someone that's on the team that's not jiving with you, Michael calls them a cancer. And they're just not good for the team. And I don't think we had any of those. Like we did at the beginning. Yeah. We weeded them off, and we found our family. And I'm telling you, when we're going through it with TKO right now. Quite literally, everybody's trying to jive together as a family. I'm a little blurry, aren't I? And I think that's just something that you gotta bond with your teammates outside of just paintball. You gotta be friends with them, like not just go out there and say, hey, I can communicate and stay alive. It's just like all out war. It's if you're at war, you want to stay alive. That's what I'm going to do on the field. But when we're outside of that, I want someone around me that's going to love me like I love myself, or like I love them. I think Michael says that right on the nail. It's family. Period. Like it's a huge aspect. I said it earlier. Look at Paintball Fit. They have won every single event in semi-pro. Semi-pro. These dudes easily earned their spot. And look at everybody's name on the back. And I'm not saying it's just the locales. They've got great people like Scott Stewart, Shavi, Jacob Johnson, all those guys. But when it comes
to not only that, they've been playing for so long together, and they're like you said,
we played them as TOG in D3, D4. We played against them in D5. We were playing against them as the Apex Predators. They've been together since the start, and they know each person's voice on the field. They know what they smell like. They know what they look like in the mornings. I'm just saying, it's like these guys bond genuinely, and that's a great aspect, a huge plus for your team.
Yeah, if you had to sum it up, I would just say it's family, friends, and not only paintball, but it's like a lifestyle for each of those players, not just somewhere that we go to shoot our guns and
Blow off steam. Yeah.
yeah, we're there to be with each other, and we're there to play paintball
Learn.
together.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely. All right. So this next question is for Mark.
Hopefully, I said that all right, Bianca.
I'm sure he appreciates that. So this question's from Mark, and it's brought to us by Bemraps, who's also in the chat here. So Mark, when Michael made the jump, you ended up staying on with TOG for 2021 before taking a break in 2022. So did you also try out for the Hurricanes that year, or what was it that caused you to take a break for the 2022 season?
No, and I was thinking about that question a lot because I don't want to say I got burnt out because part of me gets that way, but I love the sport so much. I don't want to say it because I just want to keep playing it, So I think that maybe it was partly that, but also Michael had a really good opportunity with them, and he was already in the state. I don't think that I don't think that, and this is just me saying it because I believe it. I think that Michael has skills that I don't, and he was an easy candidate for their team for a pro spot or a semi-pro spot at the time. But I have other aspects outside of life that really drove me away
Away from the sport.
It was just more important. I have a beautiful new baby girl. She's now almost 2, and that'll give you the time period 2 years ago where I met a wonderful woman. A shout out to Mandy. She's amazing. She lets me do this sport, which everybody in here that's watching knows is not easy to get away with on the weekends, especially if you've got kids, 5 of them. It's something that I appreciate more than she really knows. So I love her to death for that, and I think that having that new baby girl and needing to be there, that was what needed me at the time. And hey, now I'm back. And I'm coming for the Hurricanes. I'm just kidding. But still, I love my TKO guys and where the TOG stemmed from, and I could shout them all out right now. But it's that's my family, and I love being there now.
Yeah, I was kind of close to stopping as well. What really made me keep playing was the Hurricanes, finding them. But I wouldn't say burnt out was the word. I think it was just, trying to figure out, like the same thing with Mark. It's like, hey, get our lives more in order outside of paintball rather than.
That's why I didn't want to say because the sport's just too fun. You can't get burnt out on this stuff, dude. The adrenaline, you can't get it anywhere else.
And Mandy is actually in the chat. She sends a heart in the chat, and yeah, definitely, it's definitely a huge commitment, and I totally understand taking that bit of a break. But yeah, we're glad to have you back. Another
good to be back.
Another question here. Let's see, where is it? I don't think I see the question, but yeah, Coach Bianca says you did great, Michael, on your answer. And then Bemraps Brandon Ortega.
No fines.
Brandon says that Bemraps had the pleasure of making a TKO Texas Knockout headband for one of your players a couple years back.
Are you talking about Michael or me?
I guess one of the TKO players. I'm not sure who
Yeah,
exactly.
no,
I think
I
it
wanna
was.
say-
We had a TOG. Was it a TKO headband or a TOG headband?
I'm not sure. He said it's Texas
What did he say?
knockout, but he
Okay,
did
well
say a
then it was
couple
probably
years
for
ago.
Alex. Probably for Alex.
Definitely makes
I would
sense.
say.
Another man I'd like to acknowledge. You know, if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be playing on TKO. Great dude, good guy.
Sure. Yep. And Brown Sean 43 says TOG for life.
Don, we love you. That's our older brother. He's absolutely a part of the TOG family. He helped us win our first D3 Las Vegas NXL tournament. We love you, Sean.
All right.
We
so
cried together.
this next question is brought to us by
We did.
Mariachi Aguilas
did
de
cry.
Oro. So few out there get the experience of playing on the same team as a family member, and fewer still have a twin brother that plays. So do you find that you both have similar play styles, tendencies, or positions on the field when you play? And when you're on the field together, do you feel like an extra, like the twin telepathy compared to any other of your teammates?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
100%.
You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it if I told you, but it's real.
It's
It
a
even
real
comes from
thing.
us playing hockey together. Yeah, us playing hockey together. Like it's the craziest thing. Like I almost know where he's at all times on the field. Like,
And you can
whether it's
hear
paintball or hockey.
almost hear me, or I can hear you better than anybody else. It is a weird thing,
Yeah,
you know. And
but
I was just gonna say, paintball
Go ahead.
almost doesn't show it as well as what you're saying as hockey. When you see us on the hockey rink,
yeah.
you'd be like, what's going on?
As far as play styles go, I would say we're very similar. I do have more of a. I did play, and like on TOG, I did play more of like the one role early on, and then kind of switched back to playing like a 2 or a 3. But I think as far as like staying alive, communicating, and gun skills, I think I would say they're very similar. But as far as like being aggressive and pushing down the field, that can be hit or miss for either one of us.
I
Just
completely agree. Yeah.
Mark, did you also play a similar position, like the one role, or were you both usually like twos on either side of the field, or?
You know, I will say I think that my better position is a 2, or if anything a 3. But Cliff was such a great third player. You know, his communication cross field was great. That's why we did so good communicating cross field. But Michael was such a killer that you had to have him up front, but you almost didn't want to, because if he died too soon, it's like, man, I wish we would have had him. But for me, I always felt so good in like the 2 position, helping my front player and also finishing games. Like I find myself finishing games and you know in
It's funny that you say all that.
unbelievable situations. You know.
I agree. That's where you need to be, 100%. It's just funny because with TKO, you're playing more of like a one role.
Yeah, I do find myself, but you know, we've got some new players, and not just this season, last season, a lot of our players did great playing the one. Bragan and Jace, I played a lot with them and I'm just saying those names because in particular I played a lot with them on our side, and they are doing great in the one position, and I love playing the 2 and helping them out, and it's I think that's where I sit is the 2. I'm good with having my gun up and communicating and telling people what we need to do to finish the point out.
All right, yeah, very cool.
Just so you know, Bianca. No, just kidding.
Yeah, Bianca is in here. He did say that, Mark, you get a lap for cursing earlier, though.
Oh yeah, 5 laps.
I caught myself, dude.
No, you didn't. It came out. You didn't catch yourself.
They heard it.
Yeah, we're good.
And Brown Sean here, your older brother, he's saying that you guys had a hockey move called the honey baked. You're gonna have to tell us about that.
Oh,
Yes, we did.
I'm glad he says that.
It's funny
Michael,
because I
you want
see
to take the
videos.
honors?
I see videos of people doing it now, and it's like, oh, this move is so sick, and it's like, man, I was doing that in high school.
In elementary school, man. That
Yeah.
we were
We would
pulling that up.
we used to like if you know hockey, we used to go behind the net. Typically, like really at any time during the game, whether we were up a body or down a body, and he would have the puck, and
I always
he'd go
have the
behind
puck.
the net, and we'd meet at the very center behind the net to where the goalie couldn't see us, and we'd switch. Like he'd give me the puck and keep going, and he'd act like he still have the puck and try to score and like wrap around. If you know what a wrap around is, try to wrap around and score, but he don't have the puck, so the goalie's sitting there looking at him, and I'll come around the other side with the puck, and the net's wide open. No one's looking at me, and I'll score. And I would say it worked 98% of the time.
Almost 100. I mean, maybe we missed one or two. And one specific memory I remember is we were what, sophomores, maybe freshmen in high school, and we were asked to play in the varsity game, and our very first shift as varsity players, we were down bodies, or no, we were on the power play, so we were up a body. Very first shift, these varsity players were like, who are these twin kids that have high voices that like scream like little girls? Go out there and we show them what's up. We do the honey baked, and everyone's like, what just happened? That's what having twin telepathy is all about. It's just it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
I love him.
Love you too, buddy.
All right, so this question is for either of you guys. It's brought to us by Paintball Kumite. So since Michael went pro, are you two able to play together much these days?
So I would say there's events we could play together. Like I believe we could. Yeah, we probably could do like ICPL and stuff like that as well together. But yeah, XCPL we have played 2 events together since then. But that's really the only event that we have played or that I know of for sure that we could play together, unless it was an event where Mark wanted to play up in a division, and that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. The only event that
the opportunity. XCPL gives you opportunity to have one pro on your line. And so the very first time they did it, the first event that they did it, I played and we brought back the core TOG. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we ended up
we lost to the AC kids with Jacob Johnson.
Yeah.
Jacob Johnson, Logan Hanzo.
We were winning and we just they beat us.
Caleb was on the team as well. Caleb he plays on Fit.
Logan Hanzo, Jacob.
Yeah, great guys.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a star-studded roster there. And here in the chat, we got more family members coming in. We got from Joyce Brown says they had a real cool mom that let them change her backyard into a paintball field.
That's true. Dude, we used to. Oh my gosh!
There's no better story than that.
We used to play paintball in our backyard. Our parents bought us. Our mom bought us blow-up bunkers. And we set up a field, no nets, no nothing. Our friends would sit right on the sideline while we were playing in the backyard.
Like some pasture. This is there's a pool, a very small backyard. Yeah. And we have like maybe 10, 20 yards of pure grass. And we set up a full paintball field. I mean, no nets. One of the neighborhood kids got shot in the face. It was.
Don't say it like that. It's not like that bad. Like, geez, we're gonna get in trouble here. No. So what happened was a ball bounced off the bunker. It hit him in the top of the head. But thank God it hit him in the top of the head. But that was the last time that we let anybody sit on the sidelines without a mask.
Long story short, our mom was quite amazing. She is, and still will be always amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to the moms. Shout out to
Joyce Brown.
All right, so this question is for both of you, and we'll let Mark go first on this one. So what has been your best memory of playing together?
With Michael?
Yes.
Man. I think, and I was also thinking about this one as well, just because I believe there's so many of them. The only real core one that I just love is when we won NXL Vegas. I think it was our first NXL win.
It
Also,
was our first and only.
Our very first D3 tournament.
It's
That
our
was amazing.
first and only.
Me and Michael,
my
we've had many wins where it's just me and him on the field, and there could be 5 people on the other side. And I mean, as long as we're in the right bunkers and we know what's going on, I mean, we know that each other are alive. I don't care if there's 5 people. I almost guarantee you we're gonna give you a run for your money. And there was many moments with him that I miss. I wish that I could keep continuing to do. And maybe someday I will do some again, if we can both keep playing and continue to better ourselves as everybody else here in the Texas world of paintball.
Yeah, I would agree. There's so many memories to choose from, but I would say that not just with Mark, but with our other brother, Sean, is winning Vegas together. That was
Absolutely.
that will and always be a core memory that probably the best as far as paintball goes.
Yeah, I got elbowed in the face when we were celebrating. Do you remember? I actually had a black eye the next day. We celebrated so hard. Dakota Shipman, boom, right in the. You can see the video, but it's self-explanatory. I got whacked, but it was great, well deserved.
And Sean is in the chat. He's definitely echoing that. He says Vegas is for sure.
What happens before Part B?
Party.
Last seed. We were the last seed on Sunday. Yeah, we had to play the first place seed on Sunday at 7:00 in the morning, and we didn't.
We actually didn't even know. We actually didn't even know we were making Sunday that event. On Saturday night, we went out and walked the strip, and everyone drank heavily. And we went back in, and we were like, "Dude, we're playing tomorrow." And
last
played, and won them all.
There you go, love it. Yeah. Does Sean still play?
Sean never played. He was always just, he was the pit boss.
Yeah, he played hockey with us, but he was a pit master. He helped us out in the pit a lot.
For sure.
Not only that, but he would live stream all of our videos on Facebook for all of our family and friends, and commentate and narrate everything. And huge shout out to that, because we wouldn't have those memories if it wasn't for him.
Yeah. 100%.
Love it. All right. So this next question is going to be for both of you. We'll let Michael go first. This question, so in your paintball career, so I know I asked you about your favorite memory of playing together, but as far as your career as a whole, what has been your favorite moment so far?
Well, I've got so many with the Hurricanes, and I've got so many with TOG. It's hard to choose from. Going pro was a pretty good feeling, I would say, and playing my first pro match, that was probably I would say is top. Being on the big screen,
Yeah, it was always nice being able to watch you no matter where I was.
Mark, how about you?
I was just thinking about it, and I think one of my favorite memories, and I'm gonna shout out my boy Hunter Bowdoin. Did I say that right? Bowdoin. We had what was it, Michael? 9 minutes, 9.5, maybe 10-minute point.
Yeah, we won 1-0. It was a 2-on-4. Y'all played for 9 minutes 45 seconds or something like that.
It was a 1-0 point. It was the only point we played, and it was against a team called Pro Edge. They were also a great team back in the day. I I don't think they have a team right now, but great team. But they slipped up on me and Hunter. 4-on-2, and I mean, I think that me and Hunter both came down to our last few paintballs, and we clutched a 4-on-2. It was a 9.5-minute point. I couldn't breathe afterwards. That was a great memory, and
Yeah.
I got tons of other ones like that, but I think off the top of my head, that right there was pretty incredible to do.
What's crazy about that point is that it was a 4-on-2 down to the last 60 seconds, and nobody had paint. So for them four to die to Mark and Hunter, they were getting one-balled by Mark and Hunter.
We had no paint.
They weren't just getting laid out because they were trying to move up the field. They were getting one-balled by Mark and Hunter because they had no paint. Hunter picked up paintballs off the ground to go and bunker the last guy. So I would say that is a great memory to have right there for sure.
It is. I don't think some of their players knew that it was a 4-on-2, and I think that's what their downfall was. I don't think they knew.
Might not have.
But yeah, great memory.
Yeah,
love my boy Hunter.
Definitely a great moment. Let's see, a couple of questions in the chat here. So Cooper asks, hey Michael, when can TKO Valetudo scrimmage the Hurricanes?
Ooh, the young guns are gonna take y'all down, Michael Brown. I'll tell you what, these dudes.
I'm glad I don't have to schedule the scrimmages, but hey, I'm sure we could set something up.
You better be careful, man. If Cooper shows up with a mohawk, watch out, because.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just saying.
These kids are good, great players.
Yeah.
Sure. Yep. And Mandy's in the chat saying they for sure have a cool family that supports them all. We enjoy their happiness and love to see it. Shout out to them both turning 30 this past Sunday.
Yeah. And shout out to my wife Taylor Brown for setting up the surprise. She set it all up. Mandy had a part, Sean had a part, but my wife she hooked it up. She surprised us.
We got
together in Shreveport. We met up in Shreveport. I had no idea Mark was going to be there. I had no idea Sean was going to be there.
I had no idea either.
And we met up and we had a good time. Shout out to you, baby.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Bragan here's in the chat saying, not only did you draw the number 1 seed, you 4-0'd them that first Sunday match in Vegas.
That's right. We did.
Yep. And I'm not sure who this is. The username is Akon Grief in the chat. They said TOG won the last time NXL was in Vegas in D3. Will TKO win Vegas in D3 back to back?
Hope they
TKO
do.
guys. What we got? Let's go. Hart, Joe, Chase, Bragan,
you got
Alex, Pelto, everybody, Omar. Let's go. Malik, JC, we got this.
All right. So this next question is brought to us by 71 Designs.
I sure hope I didn't forget nobody. Hold up.
I'd
be in trouble.
So while you're looking that up, so what's next for TKO and for the Hurricanes? So let's start with Michael on this one. So Michael, what can we look forward to out of you and out of the Hurricanes camp this season?
I guess from me, I would say, I know it's not our first year pro, but it has taken me a little bit of time to really get that confidence in myself, to play against, top dogs. And I feel like, I'm getting that confidence now. And, I hope to showcase that this year and, really, put in some work.
Alrighty. Yeah. Mark.
And hopefully for the Canes, we get past that first game on Sunday, and then we take the next step and the next step, and we get a dub. We got to get past that first game on Sunday, though.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you guys, and I've said it since I've told everybody that I see, you guys get past that hump, and you got to win. I'm telling you, you guys are so good, but you got to stay focused, and get past that one little hump on Sunday. Get past that good team, that Tampa Bay Damage or Dynasty or whatever it's
We
been
did.
stopping you.
We did win a Sunday match. It was the Ocho. It was I guess you
your
would say
first
it's
year,
the
right?
Ochos. Yeah, against Infamous. It was a 1-0 win.
I
That's
think
right. Yeah.
you guys had like one of the best prelim records in the entire NXL. What was it, last year or 2 years ago? So
I think it was this year, and I think that goes for the win or the Sunday win, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong on both of those. I don't know exactly, but yeah.
well, yeah, we got to see you get it done on Sunday, because Sunday's definitely a whole different animal.
Whole
right.
different animal.
Yeah, Mark, same question to you. What can we look forward to out of the TKO camp this year?
Man, these guys want it. They really, really, really do. And I can see it just reading the chat. I've been, I've been quite busy myself. I've got a lot of outside amenities that keep me busy. This little turd right here is one of them. But these guys want it, and we are showing it. We want a team bond, and we want to get everybody out in the field every weekend, and we've not only that, we've picked up a lot of really, really good players that are smart and know how to play the game, and I don't think I can safely say that I think we should be dominating in our D3 team or with our D3 team, but that goes with hard work. We all got to be participating, and I'm excited.
Keep yourselves accountable and bring the momentum from last year, dude. Y'all had a great year last year, so
Yeah, we played 5-man, and it's a little bit different, but we're all familiar with X-Ball. We got great players that all know the X-Ball format. I think the switch won't be hard for us. I think that we got a good team that can really at least show up and show these guys that we mean business.
For sure. Yep. And I do want to add, though, that it's definitely going to be partly on me to not make that job so easy for y'all. I know y'all got TKO's coming off of some pretty big awards off of the In the Pits Awards. But I can tell you that there's going to be a lot of D3 teams that bumped up from D4 last year, and D3 is pretty crowded in Texas, unlike anything that we've seen in recent memory. So it's going to be a tough grind.
Yeah, there's a ton of talented teams. Are you in the Texas? Y'all are playing the Texas Titans. Y'all are playing D3 again?
Yep.
I don't know if
we'll be in D3. We're going to do 3 NXL events, maybe 4 NXL events this year. So,
Oh, nice. Yeah, we're trying to put together.
y'all might see each other then, huh?
I'll be nervous about that. But like I said, I think we got a pretty good squad that can show up and at least show you we mean business.
Beat the Texas Titans.
No, I don't know. I like the Texas Titans.
Yeah, no,
we're
chill. No, we like each other, but when we see each other on Sunday, late on Sunday.
Hey, that's
a good thing about. That's a great thing to stem off of this. Is Texas paintball is so genuine in a lot of aspects. I think there's a lot of great people, even if you're on the other side shooting at one another. There's so many great people in this area, and that goes with other states around us, like the New Orleans Hurricanes and stuff like that. But paintball all around, I think, has a great community that tries to love each other as much as they can.
except when you're on the field playing against them. Then it changes.
Well,
but I feel like that goes with any sport.
I think that goes with just about anything. What I'm saying is outside of killing each other on the field or shooting each other, I think that there's a lot of good hospitality and great people around the sport, and I think that's why it's growing as fast as it is. Great people, great sport, good to be around.
Absolutely. I mean, on the field, if I'm playing against another Texas team and I know those guys, I'm like, okay, you're getting it. You're getting it. You're getting it. You're getting it. But afterwards, we're gonna definitely run some Modelos over. So
yeah, there you go. And if you're not getting it, I'm a little bit worried about getting it myself because you guys are getting.
20 shots to the back, and then when you shake his hand, you'd be like, "I love you, brother."
100%. All right, so we're getting towards the end of our show. Everybody that's here tuning in live, thank you so much. If you got any questions that you want to ask Mark or Michael, go ahead and get them in now because we're getting to the end here. So this next question is brought to us by Get That Shot. If you're needing media coverage at the upcoming NXL Las Vegas event, he will be there. He's going to be at the full series for Vegas. I believe he's going to be at the full series for USXBL as well. So hit him up, message GetThat_shot on Facebook or Instagram if you're needing coverage. So let's start with Mark on this one, and then we'll get to Michael. So is there anybody in Texas, either teams, players, brands, or projects that have caught your attention lately? Who do you think deserves more recognition for what they're doing?
I've probably said it enough. I absolutely wholeheartedly believe that Paintball Fit and those guys out there deserve recognition. You may hate them because they're winning and they're kicking butt, but those guys are doing something that nobody else is doing. They're bringing paintball to life at night, and they're bringing paintball on the weekdays, and they're bringing family into paintball. These guys are amazing. I think that 100%, if you want to try tournament paintball, you need to get to Paintball Fit. They are great. But outside of that, I think that everybody at the TKO team, I want to shout them out and let them know that I appreciate everything they've done for me and inviting me to their team and letting me play with them and enjoying their family camaraderie. They're a great group of people. We've shared times at the arcade machine, their arcade game place, and I don't know. It's just these guys they want it and they want to be a part of your life. And I think that having people around like that is something that will definitely grow Texas paintball. 100%. If you want to be a part of the TKO family, I think everybody in that family is good to talk to and to get into this sport. You guys won't be disappointed.
100%. I agree with that. Michael, how about you? Anybody? They don't have to be in Texas. I know you're not living in Texas currently, but this question is the one that I ask everybody just to keep us up to date on anybody that might be flying under the radar, whether they're a player or they contribute to the scene in other ways. So anybody, either a team, player, brand, project, could be a media person, anybody that you think deserves more recognition for what they're doing.
Yeah, like you said, I haven't really been in Texas so much, so I'll shout out. I think what LAX is doing over at LAX Paintball, they're doing a great job over there. Drew Bankston's a great person, great guy. Great cook.
He is amazing.
So if you're ever in the area, and you want to play paintball, that's the place to be. They'll welcome you in. Got a great field, so I'll definitely give them the shout out for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And every time I think of LAX, I got to think of my friend Seth Dolan over at the LA Cheesecake. I just want to see him at events more often because I love eating his cheesecake, man.
His cheesecake.
Have y'all eaten his cheesecake? These little mini things that he brings out to the events at all?
I can't say I have.
No.
Oh man.
But I love a good cheesecake. So.
I love a good cheesecake.
Oh yeah,
Seth Dolan, if you got a cheesecake, come find me.
Yeah, look him up. It's called LA Cheesecake. I know him and a couple of friends and family members used to have a team called Royal Cheesecake that played in the Houston USXBL a couple years ago, and I think they played at the Mardi Gras Bunkerfest event a couple years back.
I think I've heard of that team name before.
So yeah, you definitely got to go check him out over in LA. So yeah, looking at the chat one last time, looks like Flicks by Funny says Mark is a legend. Mike is pretty good, but that boy Mark just wow.
I agree, 100%.
That's the weirdest thing because I think that Michael is the legend. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for that. That's nice.
Sure. Flicks asks, who won the last 1v1 that y'all played?
I think we
Don't
ran out of
answer that,
paint.
Michael. Don't answer that, Michael. Yeah, don't answer that.
That's why I said we just ran out of paint. About 2
If
days
we
ago.
1v1, I guarantee you Michael probably beat me. He is unbeatable at 1v1s. Quite literally played a tournament and never got shot. Maybe what? Did you get shot once?
Yeah,
Not even.
maybe.
Maybe.
I just lost a 1v1 with at the diesel practice.
Well, I don't even. No one saw that. So
A lot of people saw it.
I think that if the last person that won the 1v1 was probably Michael, and I almost want to say I remember the moment because I couldn't beat him, and I think we played 4 or 5 points in a row, and he beat me every time. But
I don't remember
dude's
any of that.
insane. Michael's got a gun like anybody. You'll know why he's playing pro if you play again on the other side of him. So
I appreciate that, brother.
and that's not just because I'm his brother.
It's not a biased opinion at all, you guys.
All right. So I think that about does it here for our show. Thank you both so much for coming on. This final question is brought to us by Compete, which is Jill Stewart's brand. Message him on Facebook or Instagram. Mention In the Pits for 10% off of your order of soft goods. It's especially great if you're looking to get new jerseys for the season. The code's good for that too. So both of you, thank you for your time. Michael, let's start with you on this one. Do you have any last shout outs or things you'd like to say before we sign off?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to all my boys who are watching the team. Love you guys. Can't wait to get back out to practice. My wife, Taylor, for everything she does, for allowing me to play this sport, taking care of the kids while I'm gone, and supporting me the whole way through. My sponsors, Planet Eclipse, Zen Paintball, GI Sports, Carbon Paintball, Gen X, JT, LAX Paintball. Love you guys. Thank you for your support.
All right.
I probably missed some, but
yeah, I pulled up the New Orleans Hurricanes website just to help you out here. Let's see. The ones that are listed here are LAX.
I didn't want to mention a few because I wasn't sure if I was allowed to mention a few. So I left those ones out. But
okay, so the ones that are listed here just to help you out are LAX, Planet Eclipse, Carbon, GI Sports, JT Paintball, Gen X, and I8paintball.net.
There you go. Yeah, I hate paintball.
All right, Mark, do you have any last shout outs or things you'd like to say?
Yeah, I could shout out a ton of people. Logan and Cliff, I want to make sure I remember to shout them out again. I'm not even quite sure we said their name enough here. Those two people are great, amazing people. And, Bragan Wooldridge from our TOG team, and my lady, Mandy, she lets me do, like Michael said, just about anything that comes to paintball. She lets make sure that this is available for our hobby,
Yeah.
and all the TKO guys, could name you all. I can't thank you enough for letting me be a part of y'all's organization. Everybody on that team, everybody. And then of course again the Paintball Fit guys for letting me play there and everything that they do. There's no beating them. I love it. Can't wait to get back out on the field again and shoot some of y'all.
Oh yeah. All right. So that does it for our
Thanks
show.
for having us, man. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Shout out to In the Pits, dude. In the Pits podcast, dude.
I appreciate
this,
that.
This is awesome. Making paintball real, and we appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. And for everybody that's tuning in live, thank you so much. Be sure to go follow Mark at MarkJB0903 on Instagram. Follow Michael at m.brown56. Also follow their teams, TKO at TKO_Texas Knockout. And follow the New Orleans Hurricanes at hurricanes.pb. What other guests would you like to see on the show? Be sure to leave a comment below. While you're at it, hit that subscribe button. Show goes live weekly here on youtube.com/@inthepitspaintballpodcast, and recordings are posted to YouTube, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify the next day. I want to give a quick shout out to my partner and sponsor tier subscribers on Patreon: FU Athletics, Get That Shot, Paintball Kumite, Compete, Bem Raps, Skull Monkeys Paintball, Hydra, XCPL Events, YI Paintball, Mariachi Aguilas de Oro, Pod Runners Union, and 71 Designs. We will see you guys next week for episode 86. Be on the lookout for our February episode schedule. It's going to be a great one, trust me. See you then. Mark, Michael, thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, man.
Thanks for having us. Take care.